Hello and welcome to another special video. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic beginning to your new year. And well, I'm going to just throw this out here. This is a video where I'm going to talk about some of the things I'm excited about for this new year, some projects I plan on doing, and of course I want to know what you are up to, what you're excited for, and of course what you would like to see on the channel. Let me know, put some comments down there because I would actually like to know. So let's open up with, originally this cover was going to be a couple different guys. It was going to be Lord Kitchener, it was going to be good old Uncle Sam, and it was going to be a German equivalent. And I decided after the search, decided that it was only going to show me posters from World War II involving Germany, or once a German, always a German, that we're just going to go with Uncle Sam. So with that aside, a video I'm planning on doing in the near future involves this. This is a basing mix I made, and it's very similar to a lot of the ones that you'd see. Now, this one's intended to mimic Army Course in a way, and be basically for painting over. Let's grab a miniature real quick. You guys might remember our a guy here did his basing finally, and that's what I used on his base. So that's a video if you guys are interested in hearing more about that I can do. I can do a video talking about sculpting little additions for your your bases and things, like out of clay. This is a real quick thing I did, but as this new year has dawned and we are now in the exotic future, I'm planning on talking about Conflict 47, more one-page rule stuff, and of course Halo Flashpoint by Mantic Games. But I'm also looking at other things to actually talk about, look at, investigate, and see if they, tickle my fancy, as they would say. And of course, I'm interested in hearing what you guys would suggest. And honestly, the internet's a great thing to get a little bit of that ideas from. I haven't really touched too many war games at this point, outside of the few I had projects for, which is the smartest thing I could possibly do. But I am looking at other options, because as much as I like Warhammer, I've realized that I like effectively a different Warhammer than it's being presented by Games Workshop at this point. That's not a shame on anyone. It's just a realization I had, and I want to do some other things. But one thing I'm going to be working on in the near future is something I'm calling the Grim Dark Forever War. And that is going to feature kind of my own version and take on a divergence for Warhammer 40k, and it's mostly done for fun and some of the people I still play with for kind of our own thing. And I'm starting with effectively getting rid of the Gathering Storm as a concept and kind of going off with kit bashing OG Space Marines and using I'm torn between 3rd, 4th, and 5th edition. I'd like to hear what you guys think would be a better edition, but I'm working on the lore for it. I'm working on how things are going, where it diverge, where things split off from where the Warhammer universe did. It's not because I think I'm some brilliant writer or it should replace anything. It's just, it's what makes me and my group happy, and I'm going to do some videos on that project as time goes on. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. But the last thing I really wanted to add to this is, if you've been around my channel for a while, you know that I tend to do videos where I critique model design. I talk about where I think Warhammer's going right and wrong, and generally I present what I would prefer to consider or call a middle road kind of way of looking at it, where I give the credit where it's due and I give the criticism where it's due. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm perfect. I do have my preferences, and I have made that repeatedly known. I have praised the Eldar redesigns while calling the Primaris one of the things I just generally dislike the most. Again, I don't really want to, as they would say, yuck anyone's yum. It's a thing I've heard. Effectively, I don't mind if people like things I don't. It's just, I'm not going to do as many of those critique videos, but if you want me to cover something, I will be open to it, but you'll have to leave comments asking for it. Like, hey, can you do a critique of this model? Can you give your opinion of that model? Because honestly, I just don't want to do it unprompted anymore because I'm not really too interested in the newer vision, or let's say the newer vision of Warhammer, and I kind of want to just focus on things that make me happy, I enjoy, and presenting a lot of this older stuff. I am getting an older Wargaming terrain book, which I plan on doing a little bit of stuff with, and I got some number of codexes, which I've teased, which we're going to be starting off next week, starting to do a little coverage, retrospect, and talking about when they came out, what they were kind of like, my personal thoughts on it. And in some cases, I'm going to bring in Favre, who played Orcs and Imperial Guard and Sisters of Battle, and have him give his thoughts and opinions. He's a bit newer on the scale, 7th edition on, but I'm going to show him some of the older stuff. But hey, I want to hear what you guys are working on. Are you working on a really cool project? I want to hear about it. Are you guys getting into a new game? Is there a new game you think that people should be talking about? Are you just on a painting project? What is it you want to see on the channel? What is it you don't want to see on the channel? Honestly, I want to hear all of it because, hey, again, and I'm going to make this my last point before I stop the recording. This is how I generally deal with people who have a shared hobby as me, that enjoy things, where we can disagree on a lot of different things, we can have different opinions, but at the end of the day, I enjoy talking to people who, no matter what, if they agree, disagree, or they're just mild, I enjoy talking to them. The whole point of the channel is to just talk about the hobby stuff and have it as an outlet. So I want to hear what you guys think, what you guys want to see, and of course, I want you to have a wonderful day. Till then, bye-bye.